So yeah, welcome to EVE Online. I'm Major Freak. One of the most hilarious things about these salty mofos in Uedama is that they goes to such great lengths to spoof and cloak and dagger, and yet they're avoiding the very gate that they love so much to gank on when people like us show up. And they'll do logon traps. They'll sit at logon with all their guys waiting for a target to show up on another gate that we're not monitoring in Uedama. And it's like the mindset is so warped because they spend so much of their time salting their tears in local, bragging about their kill statistics and how we're doing nothing and we fail all the time, yada yada. It's like a broken record. They must have it on copy paste, contrasted with that aversion, like that literal we're smarter than you aversion, but it's still screaming aversion, and at the same time they're screaming their tears. And it's just the 180, the perfect 180 pivot between what they say in local and what they actually do. They're saying what you do doesn't matter at all. Look at our kill statistics, blah blah blah. But of course, there's no statistic for their tiers, right? That we're actually impacting them. So there's no metric for that. And for them, it's proof that they're winning. It's like the fact we're impacting them at all isn't lost on the victims and anybody else with enough brain cells to rub together. This was one of the victims. And yeah, lost on it. They spent a lot of ganking on him. He survived one hit and then needed another round. He said something in local I missed. It's kind of funny because we're not used to people asking for help in local. And mostly it depends on watching for bumping and then trying to get to said victim before they go pop in order to, for me, practice my technique that I haven't got a live fire exercise until this month, and I'll probably keep doing it over the months and years because it's good practice. Mashing the buttons is basic. It's the rote stuff that's important to get down. Get the basics right. It's quite challenging too because you don't know when it's going to happen. You've got to get there. You're up against insurmountable odds because they blob, and that's the other interesting thing. Even though code has calculators for being able to gank exactly, they just blob on targets like crazy. And I thought it was weird at first because they brag so much about their skill that it's absolutely brainless that they'll just everybody in channel in local on their side will just blob on a target. And it just seems kind of weird that you would expend so much against one single target when if you split it by half you could get 2 targets in that time. You wouldn't be stuck in your 15 minutes of no go, at 15 minutes plus whatever time it takes them to reship into Corvettes and pull Concord, right? But yeah, I mean, it's interesting on a on a insect bug chart kind of level of what they do, and it's just amazing the level of just knuckle dragging stupidity. They have a few tricks, like it's just like where 4 and the high sec pirates who bash up wells, they've got a large bag of tricks, but once they've used them all on you, it becomes incredibly predictable. And like the high sec pirates who go after upwells, they count on their victims it being their first time. They're just completely virgin at this thing, and these guys are popping cherries left, right, and center, and it's like the victims have no defense because they don't know anything about the bag of tricks, and they're caught by surprise all the time. And upon repeat performance, the said victims who are again victimized haven't learned a thing, right? So they fall for it again and again. But yeah, I mean, these guys really love their logon traps, and it's quite hilarious that they go to such lengths to tag their victims, yet go to the other extreme of bragging about how easy and how we fail so much. It's so funny. It's like a broken record. It's like they just have to convince themselves. Yeah. Cognitive dissonance? No, not. You can easily get away with cognitive dissonance if you lie all your life. If you just embrace the lying, you know. Yeah, what's conscience? I don't know. Yeah. Throw enough bullshit at the wall. So yeah, I mean, the general idea behind this is denying them their favorite gate to gank on. They have structures in the system. They live in the system. They like to think they own the system. So denying them their main source of kills, their favorite source, is annoying to them. And they just will never admit it, but it's hilarious the lengths to which they'll lie about it and how we're failing so much. And and going to such great predictable lengths to spoof, right? Like they'll all log off, but sit on login, the login screens for all their guys, and it's like, you haven't gone elsewhere. You're actually frothing at the mouth, twitching in a corner. It's just so funny. It's like, wow, okay. You know, I mean, for me, I've got other more important things to do than worry about guarding people trying to get through Uedama. I mean, he's a Weber. I mean, these guys count on bumping people. Using a Weber, you're gone in less than 2 seconds. You're in warp. You're warping away. You're gone. Yeah, there are ways to prevent that, but these people are just so, their MO is simply the bump, and pointing somebody is an afterthought, which is just so weird of a concept, right? It's such a lazy. Oh, oh, okay, he's bumping somebody else. Well, they're ready to go, so here we go. This should be serious. I mean, they are ready to go. He might be just spoofing, but I doubt it. So what I'll try to do is I'll look at the bumper, because if I look at the freighter, it'll try warping and then it'll break my break my view. But I'll wait till they warp in, and then I don't... We've got too many anti-AG. They're just not going to go for it. They might try to bump it out of range of the reppers, possibly. But yeah, the idea is to box target, and I've got it all set up. I've got it clear. My targets are going to come up here, a box target, and then I'll go. Oh, here we go. Okay. So wish me luck. Gonna mute the mic. Well, I'll just mute the mic. Give me a sec. There you go. Get that out of the way. All right, here we go. Well, they're definitely teasing. They're sitting on one of their up walls. Oh, here he comes. He's getting in close. That's when they're going to warp. Well, let's hope the Ospreys are going to have him locked up and ready to repair. Here we go. They've got a smart bomber among them, too. For sure. Oh, it's dead. Were they just AFK? We didn't rescue it. That's a hell of a lot of catalyst, though. But did they try to Did they try to repair it? I don't think so. I think they were just AFK on the gate. But yeah, it doesn't appear that they're using IS Boxer to input broadcast. They're probably three, like 1, 2, I'm assuming 3 players all multi-boxing and just rapidly hitting F1. And yeah, that's the other thing. Before we were interrupted by that gank, they'll come in and it'll go flashy. Like, they do not care. There's no way of not going flashy with a freighter when you're transporting between that and a freighter. And they don't care so much. They will... Is this? Are you going to try to point the Sharon? It'll align, get to speed, scoop, and then warp, right? But they're so used to it going flashy that they let their DSTs go flashy as well. Yeah, it's really weird. Yeah, that's the other thing about it. It's just, they're just so cavalier about it. It's not facing any direction. Yeah, they're just really lazy about it. And they're just... yeah, they're just really... just... I guess it's just from experience that nobody bothers much to deal with them. That they're just going to ignore that. Oh, he's aligned. He's aligning towards that. Yeah. He's aligning, then he's going to scoop and warp. But where's that bumper? I don't see it. Was that just... yeah, that was weird. Off he goes. Hasn't scooped yet. There it goes. And, yeah, scoop and warp. But yeah, you could really tick him off by keep bumping. I'm assuming it was a stabber? Or was that? To get bored and warp away? I know it was a hurricane, wasn't it? Yeah. Weird. Do not understand. Like, I'm assuming those Ospreys just weren't ready for that, I guess? Maybe? How odd. But yeah, there's no way I could do anything to help just get on some kill mails. But yeah, getting just trying to target stuff and getting a little bit too fancy, trying to get the right box around the right things. We just, realizing they're not going to all target lock at the same time. Active. Is where my bottleneck is currently. Just learning to, yeah, it's close enough, box them all. As soon as they start going flashy, release the box, go to the next one, But yeah, there were too many. So there's no way of succeeding, but at least I'm getting practice in a technique I want to use elsewhere on things that aren't so chaotic. Yeah, it'll be much easier. Like defending up walls with my technique against, battleships that aren't going to go pop in seconds. That is excellent practice for me. Yeah, live fire exercise all the time. It's great. Oh. Ouch. Lag. Yeah, I'm frozen. Whoops. Ouch. Yeah. Yeah, there's a little bit too much there. Everybody good? And I'm sure... So the Ospreys there just for show, or did they just get distracted? Oh. Ouch. If anybody jumps, is the effect... No, the effect's okay. Do. Alright. In position again. Alright. Yeah, so that's how it goes. There's no way I'll be able to stop that kind of thing, unfortunately. There. A little bit of lag there. Jesus. 34 involved. Oh. Yeah, and there you go. Pull. So 15 minutes from now. Oh, bit sloppy. No, that's Concord. Come on, guys, a bit sloppy. 15 minutes from now, they'll be ready to go again. It's just blah, 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 blah. Wait, what's going on? Is Seneschal... Oh, it's just... Sorry. We got confused there for a second. Thought Seneschal was orbiting something at the gate, but no. Just myself. Well, it's all good. Oh, Z Thunder's here. Cool. Another AG. Alrighty. How much is the bounty? 200 million. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's not bad. So 3 targets per on average. Getting better. Right? Getting better. Improvements. That's the whole idea.